Okay, so here I am trying to figure out how to do a molten planet. And I guess this will be as good as it gets, I guess. Um, so, in case anybody was wondering on how to do a sphere look like molten rock, I guess this would be the best way to do it. But the most important part is knowing your shapes, I would think. See, so it doesn't matter how big your shapes are, but it's got to go in the direction of the planet. It doesn't matter where you place them either. What matters is that they all go in one direction, you know what I mean? So like here we can go like this and then come down like that. See how I'm leaving that yellow center, right? So and then you just follow the way it's going as long as you end with going this way. So if we want the shape like that, and then we just go in the flow and bring it all to that side. See that? So, and then, you know what, I might just go over this. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'll put it back later. I'm going to go right over it. Like that. And then for the outer part, the outer edge, make a small one there. Make a small one there. As long as it's rounded, I don't think it would matter too much. You know, like these are just rounded off at the edge. So, and then when you go to put your other shapes in, leave that space. It's kind of like bricklaying. Yeah. Yeah. So there's that shape, and then we'll put a small one right here. And then one next to it right here. See? And then as you back away, you know, as long as you got your center right here, of course it looks more like what does that look like to you? Wow. That looks like a firefighter symbol. Right here. Alright, well, hopefully it won't look like that when it's all done, but if it does, I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, and then we'll come out to this side. See the direction that I'm going with the design. As long as you do that, it'll give the illusion of, I'm going to make these bigger because that line's going to come back through. So, as long as you get that yellow spacing in the middle, I think you'll be all right. So, and then when you back up, that's the gist of it. I mean, that's what you got, you know. And then I'm gonna go in here with, like with, say, this dark brown that I'm now adding red to. This is my palette. So So it just goes to show you don't need a fancy palette just to paint. I'm using a piece of wax paper, and this is oil paint. So sometimes you gotta hold the paint, but it's alright. So then you go back in here and just darken the center of each shape. That's all you gotta do. You know, get close to that red edge as much as possible without going over, and you should be golden. And I'll do a few of these just to show you what I'm talking about, because you can't really visualize it just doing one. So I'm gonna do a few. You know, if they're not perfect, they're not perfect. Molten lava is not perfect. It goes where it wants. Oops. So yeah, I just took the dark brown, put it right in the center, leaving just a very thin line. I mean, this is kind of like doing it with the red, only you're going in the very center with the darker color. In my case, it's brown, but this brown is looking purple. That's alright, though. That's alright. That's what happens when you mix brown and red. But I mixed my brown with yellow, blue, and red. So it's gonna give it, you know, when it starts fading, it's gonna go purplish. So, you know, and then you can go back later on with a darker color, say black, to do the very centers of what you just did. So this is like overlapping layers. See that? And then, you know, I'm pretty sure by the time, you know, it's all said and done, that it'll look like molten lava. Now, depending on how fat your yellow lines are, or how fat the red lines are, will tell you how close your little molten rock and layers are. You know, so when you push back, see, that's what you got. You know, so don't be afraid to go sometimes real thin, you know, on these yellow lines. You know, you'll have some thick, but as you work your way outward, they're going to get thinner and thinner and thinner. So make sure the brush you're using works for you too. So, well, I hope this has been helpful. And that's the name of the game, right? Helping others. And, I mean, I probably wouldn't even have this knowledge had I not tried this. Oh, that works. And then I just, I record it. No, and this is not Homer Simpson, by the way. Yeah, see this? Yeah. I know it looks like, kind of looks like Homer Simpson with me in the wind like this, doing this. But no. And I think what would help too is if you kept one line really, really dark up there, and then work it lighter and lighter as you come down. I think that would work too. But then again, you can just hit this with this color and go back in later with a darker color. I don't think it would matter too much. Depends on how quick you want to get your, you know, a painting done or a drawing. This works for drawing too, by the way, just to let you know. So in case you don't paint and all you do is draw, This works for that. You just go in with the same technique. And apply it to your drawing. So I think this works out pretty well. I mean, of course it's not all finished, but I think you should try this. Try it out, see what happens. See how it works for you. You know, I think it works pretty well. I'm pretty much achieving the look I want. But, there. When you back off, see? Doesn't look that bad. So, alright, well. If anybody ever gets to watch this video, because I don't have many subscribers, but you know what, that's okay. One of these days somebody will look on YouTube or on Google. They'll be like, how do I draw molten lava? Or, how do I draw a molten rock? Well, pretty much, this is probably the simplest way to do it. I'm sure there are other ways. I'm sure other people have done it other ways, but I just tried this out and it worked for me. I figured I'd share it. So, it's all good. You know, you do what works for you. Yeah. Okay. So, then there you have it. All right. Okay, let me back up. There we go. Alright. So I hope this was helpful. And leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. Who cares? Doesn't matter. I don't have many subscribers anyway. So, till the next one.